Welcome back, everybody, to the World of Wraith YouTube channel. Got with you guys a quick market watch. If you guys haven't seen, the new set got announced for Flesh and Blood, and it's gonna be Brute and Guardian set. So I've been saying for a while, guys, the new Brutes are coming. For a while, if you're a long time watcher, hopefully you picked up some of the Brute cards. A couple of them have spiked. Without further ado, this is not a financial advice channel. This is just a Flesh and Blood channel. And also, shout out to all the new subscribers. I appreciate all of y'all. We were like at like 630 or something. Now we're like at 661. So thank you, everybody. We're almost at 750. So if you're not subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe channel. And let's get right into it. Trounce, it's about $7. Looks like some of them were purchased. I don't necessarily know if we're gonna be clashing in this new set. Looks like a lot of the times when Flesh and Blood goes back to like old sets, we don't get the mechanics exactly one to one. Kind of like how when we went back to Arya, we didn't really fuse in Rosetta, and Arya was like fusing was a huge thing. I think we actually didn't get any fuse cards in Rosetta, so I'm not exactly sure if we're gonna be clashing in this new set. But I think Trounce is still a pretty strong card for the Guardians. And rainbow foils are still pretty cheap, about $8. So things are still pretty good to pick up your Trounce if you don't have them. They didn't spike crazy. Terra Sutter, it's about $12. I think this is still a solid price for Majestic. We got a rainbow foil here for about 13. Don't know if the new Guardians are going to be playing it. We're all speculating. As always, just if you want to buy it, do it at your own risk. Still a great powerful ender for the end game for Guardians, and Guardians are getting a mastery pack, set, and an armory deck. So maybe Flesh and Blood can go back to second cycle, just maybe. Prime to fight. So we have been seeing that we're using Vigor, Might, and then two new tokens being Confidence and I forget the other one. I think it has to do something with defensive. But I think Prime to Fight might see play. I mean, it's kind of just a numbers card. At best case scenario, if you had like a Vigor and a Might, it's like a 3 card 11, or I should say 3 cost 11. If you fulfill its conditions, which is pretty good, kind of like a 2 card 11, but you do have to do the little mini game of making a Might and a Vigor. Let's check out the rainbow foils. Yeah, 250. This is not bad. If you don't have your copies and you're a Guardian player, I think it's still a pretty good time to pick it up. Next up, Crater Fist. This is still super cheap. If you're more like a budget player, I think this is just Temper 2 armor. History pack is like $1, a little over $1. Black border is a little over $1, $2. There's a bunch of versions. We're not even going to look at the cold foil. Check out the rainbow foil. Rainbow foil about 7-ish bucks. So if you don't want to get the legendaries did jump a bit. Crater Fist is like a nice little budget option. Let's look at the legendaries. Tectonic Plating about $38 for the history pack. Welcome to Wraith rainbow foils about 45, so not too bad. Gauntlets of Fire Will, this jumped a lot. Let's see. Yeah, looks like it was definitely under 40, and now it's 46, 48. Let's look at the cold foils real quick. Only 10 available. Cold foils, 87, then slowly going to 90, so it's pretty high. Scabskin leathers, I think we looked at this not too long ago, but now they're jumped to 45, 46, slowly going to 50. White border is still not bad, a little under $30, so if you're still looking for your Scabskin leathers, maybe get the white border, or just wait. A lot of the times when the set gets announced, there's a lot of hype, and card prices are usually crazier on the first announcement. A lot of the times, by the time the set actually comes out, a lot of the cards will actually be lower than when the set got announced. So either wait a little bit or get your white border. Next up, Brock. This got crazy bought out. The new Brute, Tough Knot, looks like he'll be able to use this. I'm also curious to see what Tough Knot's weapon's going to be, because I'm not sure. Maybe he will play Rock, maybe not. It's all speculation, but a ton of people bought this out. Now it's like 150. Even the non-Marvel got a good amount of sales. So if you have rocks, I think it's a good time to move them. If you want to pick up rocks, I would wait. I would either wait or get the non-Marvel. Even this, like, we got some for $6, $8, 14. Yeah, it's just going absolutely crazy. Rainbow foil is 23. So it's either time to wait or maybe just, buy this one if you really just want to make sure you have it. This dude has 15 in stock, so not bad. But I don't know. You can wait to see, or you can just panic buy it. As always, make your own choices. Next up, Apex Bonebreaker. I was telling you guys, yo, pick this up, pick this up. We got 80 bucks for rainbow foil. Cold foil, not that much more, guys. This is pretty much 100 bucks, but paying a little over for a cold foil. I think in the future, who knows, maybe like 5 years down the line, when we do start getting reprints of legendaries, the cold foils always retain much more value than rainbow foils. So if you're like a collector slash player, might be a good time to pick up the cold foil. I mean, if you're gonna pay like 80 bucks, probably after like taxes and stuff, it's probably like 96, maybe 95. I don't exactly know. Yeah, I think cold foil is like just a better investment if you actually care about the value of your cards. But nothing wrong with buying the rainbow foil. A lot of my legendaries are rainbow foils. Blood Rush Blow, about 7-8 bucks. We also talked about this card recently. I think this is still a solid price for a Majestic. I don't think I have my playset, so I might try to pick them up. And then White Border, about $5, slowly going to 6. So this didn't go super crazy. Probably most Brute players already have theirs. Beast Within, about $8 for the history pack. And then Black Border, 12. So I do think that this is just going to be a staple for Brutes. Not bad for 12. I think it's been kind of hovering around this price range, so didn't jump too much. Cast Bones, I think we saw a small dip. I think it was maybe like a $3 card. Yeah, $5, not bad. Still a pretty good solid price. Rainbow Foil is about $8-ish. Who knows if the new Brutes will play this, but it's a super powerful card. So, as always, you pick what you want to buy. I think, as of now, I'm not going to get these. I don't know. I am excited for the new Brute cards, but maybe we'll skip on Cast Bones. No Fear. It's just so cheap. I mean, once these sell out, it's like a $2 card. So if you don't have your No Fears, not bad. I mean, with shipping, it is basically a $2 card. 105 have been sold. Yeah, good amount of sales yesterday, but if you're a Brute player and you don't have this, I would recommend picking it up. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe pick them up from your LGS or your friends. Sand Packing, this has been going up just a tiny bit. It was around 15, 16. Now we have it around 17. Nothing crazy. Let's check out the Rainbow Foil. Rainbow Foil is around 20. This is pretty much what it's been at. If you don't own your copies, I think you're not late right now. I think like a playset here for about 60. Yeah, if you don't own your copies and you think you missed out, I don't think this got super bought out, so it's not a bad time. There's actually only been one sold for the Rainbow Foil. Still a good time to pick them up if you don't have yours. Let's see how many I've sold for the non-foil. Only a few. So yeah, this was one of the cards that didn't really get bought out. Alright, enough Brute and Guardian talk. Quick things I want to talk about. One, Syndra. Mask of the Pouncing Lynx non-foils like $10 plus, which is crazy to me. This was so much cheaper when I got into the game. But then the crazier part is that the cold foil is only a couple bucks more. So, y'all, I think it's a good time to get the cold foil. Pretty cheap, about 17. You pay a little bit more, but the cold foil of this looks completely crazy. Claw Vincerikai. This card was like $5 at one point. Right now it's about 23. Only 12 on the market, so that's super crazy. And then the Gem Pack 2. Alright, there's very low supply, but guys, this has been selling for 45, so this is a Gem Pack 2 hit. It's probably gonna hover around 40 to 50 bucks, so crazy. I really want one, but definitely not paying this price for it. But This is the only way to get a cold foil, so yeah, very interesting. Next up, there's some cards I want to highlight that I think could get reprinted in the new set. I have no way of knowing. This is strictly just guess. Shout out to my group chat on Facebook. We were all going crazy, and I was like, yo, what's going to get reprinted? People said Warmongers. I said Shelter because I believe James White said that this is going to get reprinted soon. I think he said not in the next set, but soon. And this has been pretty crazy. So maybe Shelter. Command and Conquer, I think, is due for another reprint, guys. I mean, this card is just a staple in so many decks, and the reprint is $108. It's crazy. I think Heavy Hitters number 2. I think it might have the reprint. I could be completely wrong. E-Strike, $40. I think this is also on the reprint radar. White border about 35. So just something I wanted to know. Possibly those cards could get reprinted. Let me know down below what cards you think could be getting reprinted in this new set. I know that in the article it does mention that they do want to do a good amount of reprints, so I think reprinting these like couple generic cards will really lower the barrier to entry that I think a lot of people are facing trying to get into Flesh and Blood. So hopefully LSS does reprint some of them or even all of them. I mean, I have no complaints here. And last but not least, for all of you that stood till the end, I want to shout out Rally the Coast Guard foil. I don't have mines yet, but I think this might be one of the best poppers versus Prism. It's a 7 attack popper, so you can kind of play around when they're doing like those -1 to your blocks. But also against Herald of Erudition, when it comes to 5 dominate, if you put this and they lower it to 5 or something, they basically make it not a popper. You can discard a card and make it block +3. So you'll block out the Herald of Erudition perfectly. So Rainbow foils, pretty cheap, under a quarter. I should definitely get my own. Here's a playset, but yeah, just wanted to show this to everybody that stuck around. As always, thank y'all so much for watching. Please leave a like. Let me know down below what you think will get reprinted in the next set. Hit that subscribe button, and peace.